Hey everybody, it's Christina aka Miss Strawberry Bacon. I wanted to take the time to talk about a new foundation I've been using. I got a request to do this review from a subscriber on my previous video on the foundation I was wearing, and I thought I'd just talk about it. So the foundation I was wearing was from a brand called Kiko Milano, and Kiko Milano is an Italian based brand. They're kind of like in between a drugstore brand and a high-end brand, and I'm actually just going to read off one of their objectives on their website. So Kiko Milano is constantly committed to a single objective: to allow all women to treat themselves to the most innovative cosmetics without having to sacrifice their budget. Quality is no longer synonymous with high prices. So I definitely agree. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're not like, you know, $30-$40 per foundation. So anyway, the foundation I was using in that video was this one. This is the Kiko Milano Matte Mousse Oil-Free Foundation, and I use two shades. So the two shades that I have are Warm Beige 140 and Warm Beige 80. And this foundation comes in 16 or 17 shades. And like it says, it is an oil-free, completely matte foundation. And I guess before I show you what the foundation looks like, I'll just go into like my initial thoughts and what I think about this product. So I really do love this foundation. This is a medium coverage foundation, and like the name suggests, it is completely matte. It sets instantly and it just dries down to a powdery matte finish. It lasts all day, and the only, I guess I have two major gripes about this is that if you have any type of dry patches, it will accentuate them without forgiveness. It just either moisturize that area or areas very well, or if you are really dry, I would not recommend this foundation at all, because you're just gonna look like patch, and it's not gonna be even, it's not gonna look good. And I don't think you're gonna really enjoy it. And the other thing that I have learned about using this, but I have quickly learned that this foundation actually works a lot better without a primer. I don't know if it's just my primer or not, but I use the Hard Candy 12-hour primer, and when I would use it with the foundation, I always broke out. Not a whole bunch, but at least 3 to 4 pimples by the end of the day. And I don't know, I know it's like pretty much summertime, but I actually use this foundation without a primer, and it lasts all day. I still don't really have to blot it that much, maybe like once or twice. I used it when I went to a convention yesterday, and it was outside and I was sweating, but my face still held on. So I don't know what kind of magic juju they put in this foundation, but it works really well without a primer. I mean, they have I know it claims to have mattifying properties, and I'm finding that to be completely true, because throughout the day I wasn't really excessively oily or, you know, dewy. It still kept up to being matte, and wherever I was sweating, it just kind of controlled it, whatever, like I said, with whatever magic juju it has. But yeah, I find that this is a really good foundation for those that are really oily or live in humid areas like me. I think you should really check this out. There are 16 or 17 shades available, and it's $14. So again, it's not the cheapest, but it's definitely, you know, not that $30-$40-$50 price tag for something that's gonna last all day. Give you pretty good medium buildable to full coverage, and it has like a plethora of shades. So that's pretty much my review. It's great, maybe not so great for dry skin, and try it without a primer, because I don't know if you'll have the same result as me. It just, I feel like this foundation doesn't really play well with primers. It's like, I don't need that. I got your primer in the formulation already. So yeah, on to the concealers. So concealer I bought was this one. It is the Skin Evolution concealer. Like I said, whoop, dropping it. And it's a stick concealer. And it's not a super high coverage concealer. Kiko Milano does have a very high coverage concealer, comes in a little pot. This one plays very well with the Matte Mousse foundation since it does have a little bit more moisture in it. I will say to make sure you pay extra attention to setting this area because it does crease on me towards the end of the day, though we're talking like hour 8 or hour 9 of wearing this concealer. But honestly, it doesn't fade throughout the day. The most I saw was a little bit of creasing, and honestly I would just tap it right back in and everything was, you know, good. But I would just say if you're gonna buy this concealer and you have oily skin, you'll probably have to like really set it. But on top of the foundation, just maybe add a little bit of powder there, or just really make sure you get that area sprayed when you set it. But that was like the only main issue, was just a little bit of creasing. Other than that, I found like this is a very long wearing concealer, not much, you know, fuss. It blends very well. It's not very like stiff, because I feel like some stick concealers, it's like you have to warm it up on the back of your hand and then apply it. This one, it's not super creamy, but creamy enough that it just, you know, it goes on, it blends well. But that's like my current thoughts on the concealer right now. Alright, so with that being said, let's get started with the demo of the application. Right, so I'm going to apply my Kiko Milano Matte Mousse foundation so you guys can see how it looks when it's applied and all of that goodness. And what I'm going to do is going to start off by mixing them. I don't put any primer on just because it makes the foundation act a little funny. So let's just blend this out. I'm going to apply some concealer and we'll be done. Apply the Kiko foundation plus the concealer. These are really awesome products, especially since we're entering summer months. And I don't know about you guys, but I like to wear a little bit less makeup if I can, so I don't have to worry about so much stuff just like sloughing off my face and just becoming disgusting. So I hope you guys find this helpful. For the one subscriber that requested this video, I hope you found it helpful and enjoyed it. And back to the review. Answered all of your questions. Please let me know if I left out anything. I'll also leave all the information about this foundation down below, the price, the website where you get it, my shades that I wear, and yeah, so I hope you guys, the rest of you, enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in my next one.